remember when we were strong. Back in the days before King Tenebrae and his royal guard, and the people of Amosran took up their own arms for fun and profit. Before all that, there was just us, the Viridian Outriders. We kept the roads and trails safe and secure, with homes and forts scattered about and locales civilized and not. Time passed, and we have been replaced. And yet, I hear the rumblings and murmurs of the roads being less safe than they had been. Monsters sniffing around in smaller towns and magic acting oddly. Who knows? Maybe we'll be needed again. Hello, and welcome back to Another Path. My name is Chase, and I remain your GM. Today, the Outriders try and rest up after their exceptionally long night. One of them goes to research. The others learn a little bit more about each other. Thank you to our backers, Rin, Savani, and Trent, for their support. If you like what you hear, consider donating to us at patreon.com/Ghostlight Media, and maybe even try checking out some of the other shows on the network. On a special note, as I've mentioned once or twice over the past few months, I'm about to be a father. The due date is very fast approaching, but as these things go, we really aren't in control of exactly when that is going to happen. As it stands, I do not see a need for us to do any kind of like a hard hiatus of the show, so you can continue to look forward to the bi-weekly schedule that you've come accustomed to over the past 6 years. To help us preserve that, in addition to having a few episodes already recorded and a few more very exciting recording sessions coming up here in the next few weeks, we also have another episode of 3 Too Many in the very near future. However, in the unlikely event that we do miss a week or two, that'll be why. And with all of that, sit back, relax, and enjoy your trip down another path.
But on the flip side of Griffin's story, King Tut, overrated.
Hey, honestly, yeah, Justin.
People go crazy for King Tut, and the only thing that's interesting about him is that he was like a kid and he died. That's literally, he was a king and he was young and he died. That's it.
Yeah.
So Justin, which ancient mystery do you prefer?
I like Stonehenge. I like crop circles. Mm-hmm. I like Loch Ness. Like the stuff that's like maybe not real, but like could be real. Like King Tut, he was real, but he's kind of stupid.
If it makes you feel any better, he's not actually he's not actually at the Institute. It's all everything's fake. Everything's replica.
He's been banished from Ohio.
He can't come back. Not since the incident.
I don't need some young old dead dude around.
Young old dead dude.
And his curse is like whatever.
I do get the joy of a lot of kids coming up who are about to see the exhibit going, is the stuff in there cursed? And then I lean in and I go, yes. Don't touch anything or you'll be cursed. And then the parents always laugh and I'm like, no, I'm serious.
Do not touch anything.
You make eye contact with the 9-year-old and like, you listen to me.
It's clear this exhibit was not designed for a children's museum because everything is profoundly touchable.
Look at me. Look at me. I am the Tut now.
Yeah. And the mispronunciations I get of people trying to say Tutankhamun is just so good. I've gotten people asking to see the King Titanium exhibit.
Now that is a king.
That is an exhibit I want to go to.
King.
Yeah.
I want to see the King Titanium exhibit.
King Titanium. That's got to be Atlantis, right?
The whole exhibit is called Tutankhamun, His Tomb and His Treasures. And so people have been then saying like the tomb Tutankhamun, like they're just running the words together, or then they'll try, or they'll just point at the sign. Can I get tickets to the and I'll go King Tut, and they go, yeah.
King Titanium is so fire, I peaked my mic when I heard it.
That's my next D&D character is King Titanium.
You kidding? I'm excuse me. I need to pause for like 5 minutes so I can rewrite everything.
Yeah, Chase, somehow loop King Titanium into the lore of a Moserin. We haven't been there yet, so like you got time.
Do not threaten me with a good time. You all eventually, I imagine Cecil does, after the sashing, find a bed and collapse in it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I just didn't know if that was a scene. I was trying to make sure we had it covered. But yeah, as soon as it's done, Cecil doesn't write anything down. They just go sleep.
Okay.
I have one thing I have a scene I would like to have before bed.
Okay. Sure.
Bleeding into Harper's the existentialism that she's been experiencing, and saw the Magicatronics as like frankly lesser than Ignis. There's things you can say about each, and it's just gotten Harper thinking, especially when the Magicatronics were like about to like break and effectively die, how they like reached out to their creator. So Harper's still exhausted, goes into her quarters with Ignis, and I'm gonna try to make a thing that will let Ignis kind of communicate with me.
Okay.
I'm gonna use magical tinkering.
Okay.
And take 4 objects. Just like, and I'm gonna infuse a message into each one.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have them, and I'm gonna lay them out in front of me. And I'm like sit between like myself and Ignis. So I'm gonna take like one of my smith's tools, like a hammer, and I'm gonna tinker it and say yes, set it down. I'm gonna take my sling, tinker that, no, set that down. Take 2 more things, and I set them up so that if Ignis can boop them, it will say either yes, no, maybe, or the last one will say, I don't know.
Cool.
Danger.
And I'm gonna take a little bit of time with Ignis to like, it's like I'm training a dog. It's like one of those little like...
This has big like bunny from TikTok. Like
It's like that, yeah.
like that dog that talks with the buttons.
But here's the thing. So Chase, play this however you want. Ignis, like, rules is written in the stat block, can understand common, but his intelligence is only 4.
Okay.
So Harper sets this up, teaches Ignis, like, this is yes, this is no. Good job. I give him a piece of glass as a treat. And Harper, like, gets to the point where she's like, all right, Ignis, do you understand?
Ignis looks down, looks up, and then nudges the yes.
Harper gets like a little elated, but also just like, God is so tired and so emotionally
Your
raw.
boy's first words.
And they sound just like you.
They sound like, he sounds like me.
You learned it from watching you.
Ignis, do you recognize who I am?
Yes.
If I told you right now to go to Cecil, would you know where to go? Who to find?
Maybe yes.
Ignis, you're alive. That's not a question. That's me saying it out loud for myself. I know that I put a lot of the pieces together, but you're your own thing. You're your own individual. Do you want to be here?
Yes.
Ignis, are you happy?
Long pause. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either, buddy. I really like having you around, Ignis. I know I've done some things where I've like put you in danger, and I know it seems to me like you want to help keep us safe. Do you like helping keep us safe?
Yes.
I'm gonna help keep you safe too, okay?
Yes.
Harper breaks down into crying and just gives Ignis a big fucking hug, and I think just eventually passes out. I don't know if she even makes it to a bed. I think she just passes out on the floor.
You wake in late afternoon, early evening, curled up on Ignis's shell, and Ignis is just sitting there. Arabin, you also wake a couple hours later, again, right around that same time. The sun is shining into your room. You just collapsed in bed. Katie's bandage work is second to none. She got you taken care of pretty well. But you wake up, the bandages have soaked up a lot of the blood, and you're feeling much better.
Arabin kind of like takes them off to get rid of the ones that are soaked through, and he sort of gets himself together, and he goes and goes to find Harper or Cecil.
We'll say that you find Harper pretty quickly.
Hey,
Arabin.
You get any sleep?
Some.
Hey, if Cecil's not around, maybe we could get some coffee.
Yeah, let's play it safe and maybe take this out of the outpost and find a little cafe nearby or something.
Sure.
Oh, hey, real quick, did we get paid?
Oh yeah, you each got 250 gold.
Tight. Okay,
tight.
Also,
awesome.
Yeah.
just to be clear, Arabin has also put on his Joe Biden shades.
Good.
Motherfucker.
I forgot you had those. Shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, two of you slip out for some coffee. Cecil, where do you go when you finally wake up?
Biggest library in town.
Okay. As you are walking out, you do run into Katie in the Inrider. Hey, boss. How's it going?
Good, Katie. Seems like we might finally have some support here. Yes. I'm going to go find books. I assume you don't want to do that.
I mean, I would like to go somewhere that isn't here. Like I got my nap in. I'm good to go. And she holds up her purse of the take. And I wouldn't mind doing a little bit of walking around. You know, I got some spending money.
That's fair. All right, let's go.
All right. The two of you walk out. You're going to the biggest library in the city.
Check that. I know where we're going. We're going to the King's Archives.
Okay.
We're gonna see what my good buddy's got squirreled away in his house.
You make your way to the castle. I need you to go ahead and roll me a persuasion check as you approach a guard. Hold up there. What you doing?
Hi, yes. Outrider business, Cecil Styles. We have like official paperwork from, I don't remember where it was from. Something for the excavation that it like had some royalness to it. We had it at one point. It was kind of a decree or a pardon or whatever. In the meantime, I have put a blue check mark on it. And have rewritten it to permit access within the castle grounds. Signed by His Majesty.
All right. He gets a roll. What's your spell save DC?
Spell save DC. This is just a delightful game of Dungeons and Dragons that we're playing here. 16 is the spell save DC.
Okay. He gets a +3 to this. So,
all right.
Odds are in your favor. And I rolled a fucking 9.
Ooh. Nice.
So, takes it. It's all right. Fine. Archives?
Yes, archives.
All right. Let's get to it then.
Thank you.
Motions the two of you into the castle grounds. And Katie is floored.
Stick with me, kid. You'll go places.
Yeah, apparently.
just snuck a teenager into the White House. Like,
Pretty much. You used to be able to do that. Like, I've been to the White House. I was 8, pre 9/11, but I went.
Yeah. That is one use of the blue ink. Marking that down.
Yeah, you mark that down, and you are led into the castle and into the archives themselves. A dark room that stretches back for a while. You've been down here before?
Sure have. I'm not sure if that's persuasion or deception, DM there.
Fair enough. I'm going to guess probably not, or if you have it, has been a very long time.
It has at least been a while. If
Yeah.
if Cecil has not. So
Okay.
19.
Okay, you're fine.
Either way.
He shrugs. All right, well, I'll hold on to this. And he holds up the paper, pockets it, and he leaves. And there's a couple of archivists around. They, seeing that you've been led down here by, a guard, they're not paying you much mind.
Right, Katie, let's go this way. We're going to split up a little bit. We need anything about anything to for the wildly unnatural, things unknown, beyond our borders and beyond our way of thinking. Let's go.
Okay. And 2 of you start your search. You're at the Copper Coffee Pot. It is a lovely evening. You've got, a couple, some Americanos, or actually it would be Amazranos in front of you.
Oh, I hate it.
Yeah.
what, for a Mosrin?
Yep.
Yep.
A Mosricano? Is that
Amazrano.
Amazrano?
Yeah, you got a couple of Amazranos in front of you.
Good.
Yeah.
That autumn chill is cutting through the streets. Got some leaves rolling around. It's the vibes are immaculate.
I did just realize, though, that Harper does definitely take her coffee with cream and with like big cream and sugar.
Oh yeah, like bordering on milkshake kind of vibes.
And Griffin is a black coffee drinker, and I just had that like, fuck. Like,
When you learn about them is sometimes the worst part.
yeah, anyway.
But yeah, you're able to get your beverages of choice, and yeah, you've got a nice evening to yourselves. What do you talk about?
I want to apologize for how I was on the way back. This morning was scary.
Yeah.
I don't get scared that often.
Yeah, if you don't mind me saying, it doesn't really seem like something that happens to you very often.
No, I'm used to being in control of, if not the circumstances I'm in, at least of my own well-being. And today I felt like I might have died, and I was scared.
It was a bad scrape.
But I didn't want to show that to you or to anybody, and I'm trying to get better about that. It's just something about me that I've never been vulnerable.
If I can ask, was that your first sort of brush with a fight going kind of sideways?
I've had plenty of fights before, but they've all been either heavily in my favor or I knew exactly what was going to happen. I've never felt the way I did today.
Did I ever tell you about how I joined the Outriders?
No.
Well, I was running odd jobs. My folks are both merchants. They run a shop, general store kind of thing. Years and years ago, bad storm, shop caught fire, burned to the ground. And, I was old enough at the time that in an effort to try to help to rebuild, I kind of struck out on my own. We didn't have a storefront, so I took what inventory we had, hopped on the next caravan that rolled through town, and kind of hit the road trying to sell things on the way. And boy, Airman, I gotta tell you, I do not have the gift of gab that you do. I got scammed just so many times. People took off with my things. It was a bad situation.
You sound like what we would call an easy mark.
I'm bright in a lot of ways, but not when it comes to people typically. And I mean, yeah, I knowing what I know now, I got taken advantage of, like up, down, sideways. But I caught a break. I thought I'd caught a break, and I was on another caravan. I had gathered up a decent sort of nest egg to bring home, and we got jumped. We got jumped like we got jumped on the road, heading up to the seat. It was bad. And, like, I couldn't always fight. I was truly just a girl with a knife in my belt, and that's it. And it was bad, Arabin. Like, only a couple people made it out. But the only reason that a couple people made it out was because the Outriders rolled through. And it was Seeker Meredith who led that charge. I was on the side of the road. If any more time had passed, a minute longer, I would have been dead. And she saved me. And I've been working for her ever since, and for the Outriders. But, like, Airman, you gotta know, I was shook for like a year. I was not the same person then that I am now. That rattled me to my core. It's the whole reason I asked Seeker Meredith to teach me how to fight, so I wouldn't end up in that way again. Like, I was scared for a long, long time, and all this to say is I get it.
Yeah.
It's not something that I ever thought I'd be dealing with. It's not something that I ever thought I'd have to actually put to use.
Well, there are always going to be people that do bad things. There are always going to be people that want to hurt you. And you got to know how to defend yourself.
And for me, that's a big suit of armor. But for you, you see Harper kind of eyeball the amulet.
Yeah. I have my own kind of armor.
Is it armor, though, or is it a knife pointed at your heart?
Can I get back to you on that?
You are in the bowels of the actual seat of power of Taggart.
Right, Katie, we've got a bit of time. I have no answers for back home.
Mm-hmm.
I assume, Chase, that Katie's been brought mostly up to speed on the approximations and what we have and haven't found, and she's been around enough and is aware enough and came with us that she's going to be useful here.
Yes.
Katie, I'm running out of ideas, and I also know that I will likely not be back here for quite some time, and there's only so many of us that saw these things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're from another plane. I don't know if it's something coming in that we need to stop. I don't know a lot of things, and I don't like that. So we are going to find anything that we think could be useful.
Okay.
So I need any book or scroll that you can find. Go to this section. I kind of walk her through it. This section here, I believe, okay. This looks like a bit of like Forgotten Mysteries. Maybe it's a bit here. Anything that has to do with other realms or other worlds or other verses and anything, right? Find it here to get it back to our table.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going over there. I'm going to search for whatever is worse than the unconsecrated or the desecrated or the necromantically unholy. Whatever's worse than that, that's what I'm going to go find.
Okay.
Find what you can. Meet back up. Ready. Go team. Break.
Go team. I will go ahead and roll for her.
Nat 20.
Okay. Not quite.
Darn.
All right. You are looking for the most unholy aberration.
Unholy aberration. Anything that I can think of that might get close to an approximation. I need to approximate the approximations.
Seems like a reasonable way to go about it. Go ahead and roll some dice. Roll me D20. I'll give it Arcana check.
Can I spend a sorcery point and re-roll that? Because it was a 12, which feels like a failure.
Yeah, go ahead and you can spend that sorcery point and re-roll that.
Much better. With Arcana, 23.
With a 23, you're digging deep. You end up spending a lot of time looking at stuff about golems.
Okay.
And elementals specifically. You barely understand what matter they are made of. They seem to be constantly in flux. Not unlike an elemental. Like an elemental of water is constantly swirling water. An elemental of fire is constantly burning fire. Maybe this thing is some kind of elemental, but with like transmutation magic.
Mm-hmm. It's as good an idea as anything I've had.
Katie rolled a 17 on hers, trying to find things in the multiverse, transdimensional, anything like that. And she spends a lot of time going through books and whatnot, just trying to find anything. And when eventually you kind of land on, like, well, this is about what I can do. This is a decent working hypothesis. You go to find her and you find her buried, like, probably like 4 or 5 books stacked on either side of her. She's got a couple of things tabbed out and she's just got her head in her hands and she's looking down at a book and she's like,
KT?
Yeah, Cecil. Hi.
It's a lot, I know. It's a bunch of dimensions. How you doing?
I mean, I'm okay. I fell down a bit of a well. I mean, trying to, I actually found something that I thought might be a lead, but I don't think it is, because, like...
What you got?
I mean, I guess they were around in your time at some point, but, like, I mean, changelings are doppelgangers and whatnot, like, going down that kind of rabbit hole. Like, I mean, these things are constantly in change and in flux. Maybe something like that. Because, like, they exist in, like, we don't know a lot about the multiverse. They exist out there and they used to be here, apparently. I didn't even know that, but they all just, like... I mean, I know they, kind of lived in their own enclave kind of situation, but they just apparently totally dropped off the face of the earth a while ago.
Yes, I thought about changelings as well. It is the closest thing. I mean, I was looking at elementals, because they move and shift and all that.
Oh,
Maybe,
okay. No, I could see that.
Yes. The changeling idea is a good one as well. I'd had that thought. It is possible, obviously, or maybe it is something approaching a changeling or a changeling race crossed with something, or
well, I mean, their ancestry, from what I've read, like, they trace their ancestry back to doppelgangers, and they're also not really around anymore either. At least, again, not that anybody's been able to find.
Right. Yes. No, this is good. Good work. I don't.
Okay, if you say so,
It's more information and ideas than we had when we walked in, and that means that this has been a successful library trip.
Okay. Hey, real quick. Hey, Justin, can you roll a D20 for me?
Okay. 16.
Okay. So yeah, with that, do you decide to just pack up and take off?
At that, yes, we start putting books back. We have the knowledge that we have. Maybe it's a little better. Maybe it's some more ideas. Clearly, no clear answers, and that's okay. We got something. Come on, we've got some shopping to do, right, Katie?
If it's not too late, sure.
It's never too late in the seat. Let's go. Shopping montage.
17-year-old girl and her 50-something boss go on a shopping montage.
Yep.
It's like April and Ron Swanson hitting them all together.
No, this is literally Giles and Buffy.
I just imagine Cecil walking out in different outfits and Katie either giving them a no or a yes.
Absolutely. There is a scene where they try on funny sunglasses together.
Yeah, at the local bodega.
For sure.
Nobody better outdo my shade game.
How could they?
I get a pair of Keanu Reeves like half sunglasses, like you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Those pushes them all the way down his nose.
For sure.
Malarkey.
Katie ends up getting these like rose gold pink tinted glasses.
Rose-colored glasses. Perfect.
And she gets herself like a little half cape too.
We all die before Katie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jumping back over, night is beginning to set in at the Copper Coffee Pot. What are the two of you doing?
I don't have anything in particular, unless you do, Justin.
Yeah, I was thinking after our sort of talk, I'm just sitting there being like, I don't know if I'm going to sleep after having all this caffeine.
Yeah, I was probably going to stay up for a little bit. I got some new projects that I want to work on. I got that breastplate I got to repair.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, honest question. I know I pestered you about this before, but like, your sword.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm asking is because I think I could actually like I upgrade my stuff all the time. I can probably do my magic on anyone's gear. Like, if we're going into a scrape where we need you up close and personal, or you need your sword to be like in tip-top shape, like, just let me know and I'll find a way to make it better. It's kind of my thing, like weapons and armors and whatnot. It's kind of my specialty. So,
thing about my sword is that I don't fully understand it.
okay,
And there's something magical about it.
right.
And it seems to fix itself.
Oh,
And I don't know what's going to happen if you touch it.
fair enough. Well, I'll put it this way: if anything untoward comes about and you need a new one, maybe I can make you one.
Maybe.
I haven't made a sword in a long time. It'd be fun.
Right now, this one just feels right. I need to use it.
Harper is not good at this, but can I make an insight check?
Yeah.
7.
Nice.
What are you trying to gain insight on?
How literal he is being.
Arabin, go ahead and roll me a deception check to obfuscate.
Because I'm like, I have like a favorite hammer that, like, yeah, I got to use that hammer.
Well, I rolled a nat 1. So it's an 8, but
I will say this. I will respect the actual roll being higher.
Okay.
What I will say, Harper,
Yeah.
is that you know there is something else going on, but that is very likely a no-no topic.
Heard. Okay.
and I see Harper kind of like getting taken back by that, and I'm just gonna say, look, I'm not trying to pull the wool over your eyes or anything like that.
No, I know.
I don't understand everything. And I just don't want anybody getting hurt.
I can appreciate that. I also just don't want to see you getting hurt by this either.
I think I've already made a choice. Whether I like it or not.
You want to get out of here?
Yeah, let's go. Shades on.
I tip.
Good.
Because you should for any sort of
Service labor.
Yes.
25% rounded up to the nearest gold amount.
The two of you head down the road, and after about a minute or two of walking, you do run into Cecil and KT.
Oh, hey, guys.
Hey.
Hello?
Nice cape.
Thanks. It has pockets.
Wait. The cape?
Yes.
Cape has
They're like up in the shoulder.
pockets.
Oh, my God.
It's for her phone.
It's for the shell phone. What's going on with the glasses? Did I miss a memo?
Yes, it's part of the new Outrider uniform.
We
must look badass at all times now.
Yeah, I just think they're cool.
I mean, he should have. Maybe some goggles for him?
Goggles would make sense. Yeah, they'd fall off otherwise. He don't have ears.
Like welder's goggles or something. Yes. Or you could just like draw on a pair of like thick black rimmed glasses on Ignis. Just draw them on.
I guess I could make ears. Like I could give him ears.
What about like just magnets? Just like on the side of his head.
Chase, be real careful. Don't put magnets. You know the consequences of canonizing magnets. Just do you want? I'm giving you Chase. I'm giving you the option right now to roll that back or not.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you real world odds.
Okay.
When we discovered magnets.
Be real fucking careful with the artificer in the party, my guy, with magnets. We've already gone so far with roller coasters.
Booter, scooter.
The shit I will pull with magnets.
Magnets, how do they work?
A cursory Google investigation is giving me conflicting information.
Okay.
Because I am seeing everything from 1845 to literally 600 BCE.
Well, depends which part of the world, right? Because like the Chinese had gunpowder hundreds of years before anyone else.
Yeah,
right.
True.
So I'm going to say this. Magnets do exist, but they are a pain in the ass to get a hold of.
Okay. So Katie says magnets, and Harper says, in this economy?
I was just I'm throwing ideas out there. I'm just trying to see.
Katie, I'm not made of money.
We got some walk around money.
I don't think tortoises have ears.
No, I'd be putting like weird, like humanoid cosmetic ears on like attached onto the side for the sake of holding up a pair of glasses.
But do tortoises even have ears?
No. So like they have like, the ability to hear.
It's like holes in the head, I imagine.
Something like that. Yeah, like a little flap or something.
Holes in the head?
I mean, that's what all our ears are, if you think about it.
I guess.
How was your night, Katie and Cecil?
I'm sorry. This would strictly be a cosmetic upgrade, is what you're saying. We're just trying to
if he
change
needs
the
ears
skin
to align with the new uniform standards of glasses, then sure, I can whip that up in a night.
They have to be very cool glasses. They have to up your badassness.
I'll figure it out. I'll figure out a way. We solve problems here.
We do solve problems here.
I'm not getting any sleep tonight, so I got time.
That's fine. It struck me earlier as we went to the Royal Archives per listener Sterling, and got in and did some digging around for things that might approximate the approximations or give us any sort of answers there.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, didn't really come up with anything. Got a couple new ideas, maybe elementals or golems or what did changelings. That's it. Changelings.
Changelings. Sterling.
It's a whole bunch of things. But either way,
I'm eyeballing Katie when she says that. Like, proceed, but I clocked that because I've had a similar feeling.
I couldn't help but notice earlier that neither of you recognized Sterling.
I thought I did. Like, he seems real familiar.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Because as you mentioned the Royal Archives again, I did re-roll Katie's history check, and I got the nat 20.
I pull out a gold coin that we were paid with yesterday and flip it over to Harper.
Hey,
how do you know the fucking king?
I'm sorry?
he's got one of those faces too.
The guy, his face is on the money, I'm guessing.
Yeah, at least that one.
That was the king of Taggart?
Yes, yes,
Yeah, King Sterling Taggart.
yes.
I have several follow-up questions.
Sure. Go ahead.
What the fuck, first of all? Mm-hmm. Cecil, why do you know the king? Mm-hmm. Why did you is the king an outrider? Is he both? Are you in, like, did you grow up, did you know the king when he was a kid? Like, are you royalty, Cecil?
Why was he not wearing a disguise?
He was wearing a disguise-ish. No one expects the king to run around as an outrider. Kind of looked down upon now.
Has he always been an outrider?
Yes.
What came first, the outrider or the king?
He was a prince.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, he is a prince, and he wasn't first in line, so he got to do a little bit more, and then he ended up being first in line. Yeah, he and I and Luca all did quite a few jobs for the Outriders back in our day.
Kind of gathered that, but
Yeah, it was a few years ago. Different lifetime, different person at that point. But
I'll say.
yes, so when he is gobbed as such, he is an outrider, and only an outrider, which, allows me.
But he's the king.
Not when he's an outrider. It's confusing.
Yeah.
He has maintained his relationship with us over the decades. It is helpful, even though the Outriders have fallen out of favor a bit. He's a very useful man.
Well, yeah, he's a king. The king.
Yes.
I guess better to have the king on our side than not.
Yes, this is true. It means we get data. It means we'll get some support and resources for figuring this out.
How many does everyone in the Outriders know that, like, is this like one of those like poorly kept secret kind of things?
It was so many decades ago, and it wasn't advertised who he was at the time. It's not exactly hidden, but it's not common knowledge. But he hasn't done official Outrider work in decades because, well, he has to be the king.
Is it like a secret to everyone else that he is an Outrider?
It's not something he's ever advertised or talked about. He gains nothing politically from associating with us. Honestly, it may not even be to his benefit too, since the Outriders are a dying breed. It is sticky wicket for sure.
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah, but he was never supposed to be the king, so...
Well, shit.
That's the long and short of it.
We should come to the seat more often. This is the most interesting, 2 days I've had in 5 years.
I can't believe I saw the money guy.
You saw the money guy, Arabin?
You did see... Yes. Yes. I did tell him...
That was the king of the damn country.
Once he did become the king of the country, I did suggest that perhaps he should replace all the gold that has his face on it with silver, so that it would be sterling silver.
Oh, that's good. Oh.
Yeah, yes.
And he didn't take you up on that.
I'm
You're welcome, Chase.
No, that's Katie. That's Katie being derisive.
Arabin takes off his sunglasses and just narrows his eyes.
Apparently, it would have been quite expensive to replace gold with silver. Anyway, anything else? Because I believe we're leaving.
I think so.
I think that's it. I'm, gonna grab a book for the road, but I'll grab that as we're leaving town.
Yeah.
All right, let's head back.
Sounds good.
As we're heading back, can I have a conversation with the entity?
Of course.
Hey, you there?
Always.
So, what would happen if someone were to touch the sword that's not me? I've seen what it does. I know that when there's blood on it, it absorbs it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's something that's tied to me or to you. And if someone else touches it, is it just a normal sword?
More or less. It is an extension of what's going on here. It is a conduit. If somebody were to just simply touch it, nothing terrible would happen, at least initially. If someone, that charming artificer friend of yours, were to cast an enhancement of some kind, I imagine there would be no ill effects.
And what would happen if she were to cut herself on it?
Well, the blood would be absorbed, just like everything else, but it's not like I'm going to invade her bloodstream and cause her eyes to turn black and make her see her death 1,000 times. That would be cruel.
Is that what the blood does? Does it give you access?
No. Not access. Besides, I don't think you've really left anyone around to test that particular theory on, but the Master doesn't need access.
Well, I think I'll keep it to myself.
Entirely your prerogative.
And I sort of shift back.
The outpost looms over the four of you as you near it. The door is, of course, unlocked. You find yourself back at the Inn Rider. Most of your crew is here having one final drink before hitting the road. You see a couple of people talking with Luca, begging him not to take the traditional scout route home. They would just like to get back in time, pretty please. Bering throws a killer harvest festival that they are begging Luca to try and gun it back for. It's just enough time. You might be able to catch the start of it.
Yeah, we gotta make it back for the fish fry.
And the fish chili.
And the annual throwing of the jarts.
Jart.
Come on,
Luca,
Hot Cotton, please. Come on. It's like the only fun thing to happen in Bering.
Luca.
Yeah?
Captain.
All right, we'll go back normal speed.
Yay!
And everybody raises a glass,
Thank you, Captain.
and we'll call it there tonight.
All right.
Yay.
Jart.
Thank you for joining us here on Another Path. You can find our website and merch store at anotherpathpodcast.com, on Twitter at anotherpathpod, and our network at ghostlightmedia.net. You can support our efforts by donating at patreon.com/ghostlightmedia, or by giving us a rating and review over on Apple Podcasts or whatever podcatcher will let you. You can find me on Twitter at TQLoudly, Griffin at GriffCold, and Ryan at RyanRoll20. You can find Justin on TikTok at JustinMichael, and myself at TQLoudly. We'll be back in 2 weeks with a new episode, and until then, remember that sometimes the best disguise is to be in plain sight. Also, to not have any actual photographs of you kicking around. That helps. This has been a Ghostlight Media production.
Justin, can you break me up a piece of your Patrick voice?
Oh, what do you mean a piece?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
No, this is Patrick.
Still playing the cash register, eh, Squiddy?
I came back at the best time.
Yeah.